What's up, everyone? You're here with Goran for Pickdawgz, and thank you for joining me here for your free picks for Sunday, April 7th. Well, guys, Saturday was all over the place. It wasn't a particularly good day. As we know, Bayern Munich lost. That was a loss on our parlay too. And then PSG got a 1-1 draw barely against the weak Clermont team at home. That was another loss on the parlay. Uh, Overall, like I said, it wasn't that good of a day, and hopefully we bounce back with some of those MLS games that we have still on the schedule, and they're yet to kick off as of the time of the recording of this video. For more free picks, of course, go up to the Pickdawgz YouTube channel and check it out, guys. Make sure to subscribe, make sure you hit that like button. Feel free to leave a comment on any of these videos, and I'll be more than happy to answer any of the questions you might have. As of this time, there's still a 5 pack for the MLS up on the Pickdawgz website. You can click the link in the description. That will get you up to my page where you can sign up, get that pack, or get a 3-day pass, 7-day pass, or even a month-long pass if that's something you want to do. On Sunday, guys, it's not going to be as busy as the Saturday was, which is usually the case, but we have some very interesting games in the EPL. We have some great games in Serie A as well. And of course, there is a parlay of the day at the end of this video. It's a bit safer one. It's another five-legger that pays on a plus 303 or something like that. So stay tuned until the end, guys, and get that parlay of the day. Hopefully, it's going to be a lucky one for us, and hopefully, we get a nice winner. Let's get this show on the road, everyone, with the EPL games that we have. Manchester United is hosting Liverpool in the big game of the day in the EPL, and I think it's going to be a very interesting one. As we know, Liverpool is still in the title race. They are in second place right now, but they have a game less than City and Arsenal do. But both of them got a win on Saturday, which means that Liverpool has to get a win here to get back to the top of the table. Manchester United is a solid team in the attacking end, but defensively they are a hot pile of mess right now. They had a 3-2 lead 2 minutes before the end of the game against Chelsea. They ended up conceding two goals in the span of like 60 seconds or something like that, and they ended up losing that game 4-3 in the end. So, like I said, a hot pile of mess on that defensive end. And now Varane is injured. He's out. Lindelof is out. Lisandro Martinez is out. Johnny Evans is out. So basically, their entire defense is out. I'm not even sure who's going to be playing on that defensive end except Harry Maguire. Probably won't be Saka, or I don't even know who else they have. That young defender, what's 18-year-old defender. He had a solid game, but still, that's going to be a very hard task to accomplish against Liverpool, who's been scoring a ton of goals, who's been winning a lot of games, who's been beating everyone in front of them, and they are now on a two-game winning streak. I honestly think that Liverpool will have a field day in the attacking end here. Sure, Manchester United will probably create something offensively. They will create a few chances, but Liverpool will be the dominant team here, and they will create the majority of the chances. As I would say, probably score a few goals in this one. The over 2.5 is very, very pricey. We could go with Liverpool to win it over 2.5. That should give us a nice plus money. But I decided to take Liverpool over 6.5 corners in this one. They usually, when they attack, they get a lot of corners, and then I think that they will create a lot of chances in this game, and that should give them at least 7 corners, in my opinion. And that price is minus 110. For the second EPL game, we have Sheffield United hosting Chelsea, and I'm kind of I don't know. I was a bit hesitant to take Chelsea. I know that they will be carried by that great performance against Manchester United, especially in the last 5-10 minutes of that game. They got a precious win, but Sheffield United has been scoring goals consistently, and they have scored at least a goal in each of their last 3 games. As a matter of fact, they have scored at least 2 goals in 2 of those 3 games, and they have scored against Liverpool as well, even though they ended up losing 3-2. Chelsea, on the other side, has conceded at least a goal in each of their last 10 or 11 games in a row. And that seems to be the trend right now. So I'm going to put my faith in both teams right now. I'm going to take Chelsea to win and both teams to score at plus 140. I hope that win against United is going to be a massive, massive confidence boost for Chelsea. But then again, Sheffield will try to do something at home, and I'm hoping they will score. So I'm taking Chelsea to win and both teams to score at plus 140. The last game of the day in the EPL is between Tottenham and Nottingham Forest. Nottingham Forest is coming off of a win against Fulham 3-1. It was a very, very good performance from them. But then again, Nottingham Forest on the road and Nottingham Forest at home are two very much different teams. Defensively, they are averaging over two conceded goals per game when playing on the road, while Tottenham is scoring over two goals on average when playing at home. However, defensively, Tottenham is also in a bit of a mess right now. They have conceded some goals. They are a bit sloppy on that defensive end. And once again, I'm going to go for the full value in this game. I'm going to take Tottenham to win and both teams to score at plus 150. In German Bundesliga, we have a couple of games, guys, and we are going to start with Hoffenheim versus Augsburg. And I honestly am not sure why Hoffenheim is the favorite in this game. They are on a three-game losing streak, and they're playing against a team who hasn't lost any of their last 7 games in a row. So, actually, 6 games in a row. On top of that, Augsburg has kept a couple of clean sheets. They have been scoring a ton of goals, and their form overall is great. They still have a decent chance of getting to that Conference League spot if they can keep their form up and running. Hoffenheim, like I said, defensively, a very, very bad team. They have conceded 8 goals in their last 3 games. They have scored a couple of goals, so that's one thing that they have been doing quite consistently throughout the entire season. And one thing that could possibly go their way is the fact that Augsburg is missing 4 or 5 players who would probably be in the starting lineup for this game. Now, like I said, Hoffenheim is a big mess defensively as well. They can keep a clean sheet, and I think that Augsburg will create a decent amount of chances here in this game. So I'm gonna go with Augsburg over 4.5 shots on target at plus 145. The second game of the day is between Wolfsburg and Borussia Mönchengladbach in Bundesliga, and Borussia has won only one of their last 6 games, and not that Wolfsburg has been any better. They have also won only one of their last 6 games, but they are finally coming off of a win against Werder Bremen 2-0 on the road, and I think that they will get another win here. Honestly, I have a lot more faith in Wolfsburg at home than I do at Borussia Mönchengladbach on the road, and to keep it simple, guys, I'm going to take Wolfsburg on the money line at minus 115. In the Italian Serie A, guys, we are going to kick it off with Frosinone and Bologna, and we have 4 games to talk about here in this video, and all of them will be a fairly simple picks. In this one, I'm simply going to take Bologna on the money line, who is on fire right now. Bologna is winning games. They are playing a lot. Uh, they're playing a great football. They are in the Champions League spot, and their dream is alive as of this moment, and they are on that Champions League spot, which is something they definitely want to do for the first time in their history. Frosinone hasn't won any of their last 9 games. They are struggling on both ends, and that's just another reason why I'm taking Bologna on the money line. In the second game, we have Monza hosting Napoli, and Napoli is in a bit of a bad spell right now. They haven't won any of their last 4 games, and this is actually a perfect game for them to do it. Monza is coming off of a loss against Torino 1-0. They're not scoring a lot of goals overall, and defensively, more or less, they have been solid so far for the entire season, especially when playing at home. But I think that Napoli is due for a nice performance. I see that Kvaratskhelia is listed as questionable, but I think he will be in the lineup here. While Monza is missing five players because of the injuries or suspensions because of the red and yellow cards. So once again, a simple pick. I'm taking Napoli on the money line. Cagliari is hosting Atalanta, and I think this is going to be a very interesting game. Atalanta is coming off of a loss in Coppa Italia against Fiorentina, but in Serie A, they have been on a nice positive streak. They have been scoring a lot of goals, and they're still fighting for that Champions League spot. Cagliari overall is above the relegation zone right now, but this is not going to be an easy game for them, far from it, and they are still not safe from the relegation, so they could definitely use a positive result in this one. They might as well get it, but I think that Atalanta will score at least a couple of goals in this one. So I'm going to take Atalanta team total over 1.5 goals at minus 143. The last game of the day in the Serie A is between Juventus and Fiorentina. Both teams played in Coppa Italia earlier this week. Juventus beat Lazio 2-0. Fiorentina beat Atalanta 1-0. Both teams were at home. And it looks like that that Juventus is finally getting their form back. They have been looking better and better with every game, and Fiorentina on the road hasn't been that bad, but they haven't been that great at all. Also, so they are averaging just over one scored goal per game, but conceding about a goal and just over that, while Juventus at home has scored 22 goals in 15 games and conceded only 10. So defensively, Juventus is a very, very solid team with playing at home. And with that in mind, I'm going to take Juventus on the money line at minus 122. In the French League One, guys, we are going to kick it off with Brest versus Metz. And Brest is also another team whose hopes and dreams of the Champions League are currently alive. Brest right now is in the second place. Yes, they have a few teams that are right there behind them, and the pressure is on them right now. But they're playing so well right now. They have lost only one home game so far this season. And Metz, on the other side, is one of the worst teams in the league. And they have scored only 8 goals in 14 games on the road so far. Defensively, overall, Brest has been outstanding so far this season, especially when playing at home with only 8 conceded goals in 13 games. And with that in mind, guys, I'm going to take Brest to win 2-0 at plus 110. Monaco and Rennes is probably the biggest game of the day in the French League One, and Monaco is undefeated in their last 5 games. They're coming off of a win against Metz 5-2 on the road, while Rennes on the other side has lost their last 2 games in the road. On the road, and one was against Strasbourg, one was against PSG, and they haven't scored a single goal in those 2 games. Now, the good news for them is that they're getting some players back from the suspension list, and that is definitely going to increase their depth. That's going to give them confidence. And let's be honest, Monaco is not that solid of a defensive team. They have conceded 38 goals already this season, and the only reason why they are in the top four is the fact that they can score a lot of goals and they are outscoring their opponents. So I do expect goals in this one. Plain and simple, guys. Both teams to score in over 2.5 at minus 118. And the last pick of the day before we move on to the parlay is between Nantes and Lyon, also in the French League One. Nantes might be coming off of a win, but Lyon has been on fire as of late. They have lost only one of their last 6 games. They're coming off of a nice win against Valenciennes in the French Cup, and they have qualified for the finale of that competition. While before that, they are actually on a 2 game winning streak in the French League One when playing on the road. So overall, the form is on Lyon's side. They don't have any notable injuries. They are scoring goals. They are defending well. And like I said, Nantes might be coming off of a win, but before that, they were on a 3 game losing streak, and those problems don't just go away. So I'm going to go and gamble a little bit. I'm going to take Lyon on the money line at plus 130 in this one, and I think it's going to be a nice winner for us. Now we are up to the parlay of the day, everyone. Five-legger pays on at plus 306, like I said. United versus Liverpool over 2.5 goals. Sheffield versus Chelsea over 1.5 goals. I'm going to take Atalanta on the double chance against Cagliari. Hoffenheim versus Augsburg, both teams to score. And Monaco versus Rennes, both teams to score in the French League One. Five-legger, like I said, guys, plus 306. Hopefully, we get back on the winning track with this one. Hopefully, we get a bunch of those single picks in our pockets as well. And hopefully, overall, we have a great day together. That's it, everyone. Thank you for joining me here. Good luck with all of your bets. Enjoy your Sunday, and I'll see you soon with more free picks.